What a brilliant win for Chelsea going into the last 16 of the Champions League with a win against Napoli, 3-2 winners in a game that was very, very difficult to maneuver and navigate through for Liam Rena. But he got the points, he got the win, and we're going to talk about it in this video. Look, if you told me at 2-1 down half time that we were going to go on to win that game 3-2, I would have said you was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But we showed a lot of grit, desire, determination. And I used the word in the match preview, bravery. We shown a lot of bravery in that performance last night because it could have gone either way. There were moments in that game, and we're going to credit some players. We're going to credit some players in this video because they deserve it. They deserve the credit that they deserve. And we're going to do that in this video. But it could have gone either way, this game. And we started the game in a really good fashion, very positive, aggressive, bravery, attacking football. We were making the chances, we created chances. I think Joao Pedro had a couple of chances early on in the game. And then we lead to a free kick. Now, this free kick, I do feel sorry. I think it was Juan Jesus, I think, for Napoli. Now, the free kick comes in from Reece James. And I'll be honest, it's handball. It's handball. You can't even get around it. It's handball. It's one of those that is unfortunate because he's actually bringing his arm back. He's jumping up. He's part of the wall. He's trying to bring his arms down. But by doing so, he's actually blocking the ball from hitting the target. So it is a penalty. And the referee, credit the referee as well, straight away blew. He gives the penalty. Now, the penalty was well taken. Enzo Fernandez. This is early in the game. Enzo Fernandez, low bottom drive into the bottom corner. Goalkeeper's not saving that penalty. And even after the game and during the game, the celebrations from Enzo, you could tell what it meant to him to score that goal in an arena or in a stadium that clearly means a lot to him. Obviously, the history with Diego Maradona, being Argentinian, Enzo being Argentinian. Even after the game, I think he put up a post and dedicated almost the penalty to Diego Maradona. So you could tell what it meant for him to play in that game. And he was immense, Enzo Fernandez, throughout the game. Absolutely immense. Now, this is where we went a bit cold in the game. We actually just went cold. I don't know if it was cold in Naples or whatever happened, but we went cold in the performance, literally. We just didn't look like a team that was going to score the second goal. And not too long after the penalty, it was a really good goal by Antonio Vergara, which, again, very much a Maradona-esque goal. Now, I'll be honest, I think this is a goal that we could have avoided. I think it's Andre Santos who's trying to clear the ball initially. Moises Caicedo has to do better in that situation, gets displaced off the ball. But not only that, Wesley Fofana, my friend, you've got to do better in that situation. You're a centre-back. It should not be that easy for a player to use you as a shield from the goalkeeper, use you, and then roll the ball. And if I'm being really critical, it's Thursday morning, I'm going to be critical. Sanchez has to get a touch on that. Just even the fingertips probably takes that away from goal. But it's a goal that's avoidable. Both goals were avoidable for Napoli, if we're being honest. The second goal, it's a crossing. I think it just comes across it's a low cross into the box, but it's Rasmus Højlund. And it's, again, for me, Wesley Fofana just caught out a little bit. And he's got to do more in that situation. Because a lot of Chelsea fans, look, I'm not against this at all, but a lot of Chelsea fans are telling me that Wesley Fofana is going to be this next big centre-back at Chelsea. But against those kind of performances last night, I didn't see anything that made me believe that he's going to be the next big thing at Chelsea. These are the moments that me as a Chelsea fan, I'm judging you on. It's these big moments where we can't lose the game. We can't draw the game. We have to win the game. We have to win. We have to win the game. It's as simple as that. We have to win the game. And we just didn't look like we were going to score in that first half. After getting the penalty, we allowed Napoli to grow into the game. And we knew they were going to make it difficult with a low block. They had 5 at the back. But one thing I have to credit, and this is why I said we're going to shout out some people. Liam Rena, straight away, halftime. I love it. Pedro Neto comes off. And Pedro Neto, look, I had him in my predicted lineup, but stinker of a game again yesterday. And I don't know if it's just fatigue, I don't know if it's tiredness, tactical things, but he just didn't get involved in the game as such. I think he had one moment where he beats his player early into the first half, but he doesn't make use of the ball and it doesn't create anything. It doesn't come to nothing. So he gets hooked at halftime. And Cole Palmer. And look, you've heard me on these videos. I've been speaking about Cole Palmer. I've been saying that he's got to do more. We need to see the old Cole Palmer. We need to see Cole Palmer step up. He doesn't just walk back into the team. All the things I've said, I still stand on. But he came into this game and automatically, second half, things were clicking a little bit better again. Almost like the first 10, 15 minutes of that first half. And Cole Palmer coming on changes things. The one substitution that did get me a bit sort of, I'm going to say nervous. I'm going to say nervous a little bit. I understand why you bring on Trevor Chalobah. You bring Reece James back into his natural right back position. You want to bring Trevor Chalobah on from Alagusto. I get that. I get that. The one substitution, and this is, and I credit Liam Rena because even after the game, he came out and said, I got things wrong tactically throughout the game, but we addressed it. And we'll get onto that in a minute. But Jamie Gittens came on for Andre Santos. And that's the bit that sort of made me think, oh, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to win this game. Not because I don't think Jamie Gittens is a good enough player, but when you're playing up against a low block, making it difficult, you've got to break them down piece by piece, five at the back. It's always, you need someone who's going to be a bit more creative. You're going to need someone who's a little bit more, who's going to show you a little bit more going forward. And I don't think that was Jamie Gittens. I think that is Garnacho. And I would have probably liked to have seen Trevor Chalobah come on for Gusto, Andre Santos come out. You bring on Garnacho. Because even though it's not that big of a step up between Gittens and Garnacho, I still think Garnacho is going to give you a little bit more going forward. And look, proof was in the pudding because not long after those substitutions, Cole Palmer comes on, and I've got to give another praise because I've been in group chats all season and I've been getting hounded and spoken about Joao Pedro. Is he good enough? Is he good? When it matters, is Joao Pedro there? And last night, Joao Pedro shut a lot of people up because he scores that goal. Look, that goal that he scores, I'm going to ask you guys, please comment in the chat. Does Nicholas Jackson score that goal? The amount of times you've heard me on these videos, I've been speaking about Nicholas Jackson. Does he score that goal? How many times on these videos have I said, we've got to shoot and take our chances? And Joao Pedro, I don't know if he's watching these videos, but he definitely done that yesterday. He definitely, left-footed shot, rocketed, no goalkeeper saves them. It was that good of a shot, brilliant goal. It was lovely from Cole Palmer as well, the little layoff. Brilliant bit of trickery from Joao Pedro. Just used his body well. And to take that shot and hit it like the way that he did, look, I mean, that's what we need. We need to see more of that. We need to see more of that because, look, with Joao Pedro, he's always going to come under scrutiny because he's come, yeah, he obviously has a lot of penalty goals before he came to Chelsea, at Brighton. Again, even at Watford, I think his record wasn't the best. But if you look at his numbers this season, he's definitely improved. He's improving. And again, I don't know if that's working under a new coaching system. Tactically, things are different now for him at Cobham, but we're seeing it. We're seeing it. And if we can get, look, if we can get Cole Palmer and Esteval feeding Joao Pedro chances into that box, I'm here for it. I am here for it all day, every single day, because that is what we need. And then even after that, we got to see what I thought was going to be the change, but not the change, with Esteval coming out, who I thought had a really good game. Really, I would have liked to have seen Esteval finish the game, but he comes off, Garnacho comes on, and then again, minutes later, after that sub, 82 minutes into the game, lovely bit of link up with Cole Palmer again. And this is where we have to credit Cole Palmer. He doesn't always impact the game to a point where it's blatantly obvious. But if you watch that game back last night, you'll see the subtle things that he does, the movement that he makes, the space that he creates for himself. You can tell when he's got the ball. And this is why he's such an intelligent footballer. Before the ball's even come to him, before he's received the ball, he knows he knows what he's doing with it. And I'll be honest, there's not many footballers, or a large percentage of them, that actually play like that anymore. That's why they get dispossessed and lose possession all the time. But Cole Palmer, he knows what he's doing with the ball. He knew he was going to play it through. The weight of the pass through to Joao Pedro. I think it's Garnacho running through as well on goal. So there's an option if Joao Pedro does want to pass, but he doesn't. He's got the confidence. And that's what I like about Joao Pedro. He's got the confidence to take the ball on, just rounds the keeper slightly and just knocks it in. What a goal to make it 3-2. What a goal to make it 3-2. And here's where we have to credit. This is where we have to credit Liam Rena, because At that point, 3-2, you're 3-2, you're in the top 8, everything's looking good. The ref holds up the board 5 minutes. And this is where I have to credit Liam Rena, because at that point, and he deserves all the praise tonight from last night, he brings on Badiashile and unfortunately takes off the substitution, which is never nice for a player. Jamie Gittens comes off, but I agree with it because he wasn't really impacting the game. And like I said, I think the correct sub whilst Gittens was coming on was Garnacho. But he takes off Gittens and he brings on Badiashile just to see. And this is where sometimes when you think back to Graham Potter, you think back to Maurizio Pochettino, even Enzo Maresca last season and the season before that, we didn't see games out for that reason because we didn't close things at the back. We didn't solidify. We didn't be compact. You just got to see the game out. Very basic tactic. Bring on an extra body in the defensive line. It makes things difficult for Napoli, who were going to press us. And lo and behold, and I've got to call out the snake of all snakes at Chelsea. The snake of all snakes. Nearly scores. Nearly puts us into those playoff positions. Romelu Lukaku. I've got to credit one more player. Robert Sanchez, because he pulls off what is probably the save of the night. At the time when that save is made, Lukaku, ball comes into him, first time hit. Sanchez probably sees it very late, pulls off a brilliant save, an absolute brilliant save. And I'm surprised that, I don't know if the pundits picked up on this yesterday, but I'm surprised not many Chelsea fans have picked up on this today, because that save is basically clearly defined whether we're going to the playoff places or we're going into the top 8. And that save at that moment in the game, because you know damn well, had that gone in, Lukaku would have celebrated like hell. Absolute hell. But he can't. And instead, he's doing his warm down. He's getting chants from the stadium, from the fans that are kept in the stadium in Naples at the end, Chelsea reject. And I love it. Inject that in my veins all of the time because he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve what he's done to our club. He doesn't deserve it. But Sanchez, credit to him. Brilliant save. We now go into what is going to be a very crucial part of the season. The reason I say that is because, yes, Liam Rena done well last night. Yes, he deserves his praise. So does Cole Palmer and Joao Pedro. The problem that I have now is in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about that early stage of Graham Potter's time at Chelsea and how well he did and how well we praised him. If you remember back, go back and check. I don't need to pull the stats up, but go back and check the first 10 games of Graham Potter and how well he did and how quick things turned on their head. So I want to give praise to Liam Rena, and I will for last night's performance, but I'm going to be greedy. I need to see more of that. I need to see more of that. And this weekend, West Ham, Arsenal in the week in the League Cup second leg. We've got some tough games. And these are the games where you're going to have to earn your extra pound coins, Liam Rena. You're going to have to earn them pound coins. You're going to have to, because we need to make sure that this momentum, this football, that you're learning on the job by the sounds of it, you're learning who's your best players tactically, what to do. You're going to have to continue on this path. The moment you slip up, this is not Derby County, Strasbourg. The moment you slip up, Chelsea fans are going to be on top of you. And rightfully so as well, because we expect the best at this football club. And last night proved how much it meant to the players. You got to see at the end of the game, the manager coming out. And credit to Liam Rena, because the 2 fans that were stabbed over there in Naples, he actually came out after the game and actually mentioned it. Again, that's something that hasn't been reported as such in the media, but he made an effort to go out his way and credit that. So credit to Liam Rena for that. But we need to see tactically, football-wise, we've got to see more. We've got to see more. Am I being greedy? 100% I am. But I want to see more from this Chelsea team under Liam Rena. Last night was brilliant. Last night was the first real big test for him. But we need to see more of that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Is this a really good start to a good time under Liam Rena, or is it just the honeymoon period honeymooning? Let me know what you think in the comment section. We'll be back tomorrow as well with the match preview, West Ham United this weekend as well. We're going to be talking all things transfers as well. Raheem Sterling, finally, I told you a lot, he's going to be gone. We're going to talk about all of that tomorrow. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. The Linktree link is also in the description. We'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching.